Man, guys, it feels like it's been more than a week.
I feel like we quit doing the podcast, called it quits, and this is like a second resurgence.
Chad, you've grown since I've seen you.
Thank you. That might be the first time anyone has ever said that to me. That means a lot. Thank you.
You got it. I'm always looking out for you. Hey, we're getting awesome feedback on our trade night for our local card shop. Again, if you are here in the Salt Lake area in 1 week, we're going to narrow down when it is. We won't tell you specifics.
Secrets out.
Yeah, get at us at Pack to the Future Podcast on Instagram. If you want to fly in or travel in for this, we'd love to have you. We just need your full name so we can put you on the list, and we will respond with all the specific details if you reach out to us. So get at us. Even if you're not one to normally reach out to a show like this, just all you got to do is say, hey, I'm interested.
Let's give people a little bit more detail about what this is going to involve, because a trade show with a card show is hundreds of people, if not thousands of people. You know, we talked about how Carter and I had to elbow those kids in the temple. They did recover. They released them from the hospital. They're fine. But you also sometimes have to fight for a table. This will not be that.
No. This is going to be an intimate gathering, if you will, a celebration of our favorite and for many years only local card shop overtime cards as they make a transition to new ownership. And hopefully I'm not in trouble for saying that. I think that secret's out. Yeah. We're going to do a show live from trade night.
Inside the shop.
So you can come laugh at us if nothing else. But we're going to have, there's no doubt we're going to put together some form of games. We're considering a break, which could be a lot of fun. We're going to be hosting maybe some virtual trading with people that we trust so that you're in good hands. But come on and come hang out with us in a week. And all you got to do is reach out and say you're interested and give us your name. We'll put you on the list. We'll give you all the details and have a great time.
Non-creepy. You can stay with me. Creepy. Tim's bedroom's right there.
Yeah.
There's an Adam. Oh, it's a 101.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pack to the Future. I'm your host, Ricky, a.k.a. Mr. eBay. And I'm joined by my co-host and partner in crime, Dr. Chad.
Someone called for a doctor?
How you doing, Doc?
Is he penning a letter to my wife? He could be.
No matter what time we start the show, ladies and gentlemen, this man is never ready. Please welcome Dr. Tim.
Here we go, baby. Prepare to be underwhelmed.
Well, we've got a unique show for you guys tonight. This is going to be a wild one. This is going to be a fun one. I don't know how we did it, Chad. We did a group PSA submission, and how quickly did we get it back?
Quicker than it took me to log all of these cards for the submission. This was really fast. The turnaround time was less than a month.
No one's going to believe that.
No.
Economy, right? Yeah, we didn't even go.
Economy.
Yeah.
Economy.
It was economy.
Yeah.
I'll post the receipts. Whoever's got blogged this week, we'll post them.
Yes,
it happened.
yes. So we got them back, and we are going to have all of our group submitters on with us. We're going to reveal the subs tonight. None of us know. In there is Chad's Walt Disney rookie card. In there is my Barry Sanders clearly downtown.
Yeah.
Insert.
Yeah.
I've
got a Mickey Mouse, not the Walt Disney, but still in the same world. Still a cool card.
Yes, a big name. Anytime Chad has a Mickey card he's submitting, he's nervous.
It's true. Things could only go wrong.
Yeah. So we're going to get to all of that here in just a little bit. But before we do that, the eBays, myself, brother eBay, and Papa eBay, we hit Gainesville.
You have been stone cold radio silence over the last week.
And I'm
excited to hear what's happening because you told us nothing.
Nothing. I haven't said a word. And I got the sense that I may have two co-hosts that aren't very happy with me for lack of communication.
Nothing new.
But I promise you there is a reason for this.
There's usually a reason.
And I happen to know that Mrs. eBay may have tried to spill the beans. I thank you, Doc, for keeping that lid on.
I got you, buddy.
because this is epic. And
I know you well enough to know what the plan may have been.
Yes.
So we had to close that door.
And we are also joined on the show today by our one of our listeners, Jeff. He can be found on Instagram at 80s 90s 90s hoops head on Instagram.
That's a long Instagram handle.
It is, but when you see it in writing, it's actually quite smooth. It's just my pronunciation's terrible. So Jeff, welcome to the show.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me. Appreciate it. It's an honor, and glad to talk some cards with you guys and maybe a little bit about Gainesville.
Oh yeah, we're gonna jump into Gainesville here, and Jeff, feel free to comment on any of these stories. But I brought Jeff here for a specific reason. We had a meetup, and you guys will not believe what happened after this meetup. During the meetup, I'd say. So without further ado, let's dive right into it.
Okay.
So I have a number of notes for this Gainesville trip. My father, my brother, and I took the trip, the three of us alone, the three bulls, no significant others, no family, and just saw what kind of trouble we could get into. So we arrive in Gainesville, and I got to explain to you all, Gainesville's airport is 5 gates big, and it has one store for like magazines and chips. I'm not even certain it has a restaurant.
Reset real quick. You went there for the Utah-Florida college football opener.
Yes, and we were heading down, thank you, for the Utah at Florida game. And a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Those two teams just don't play. A good chance to go see the SEC and make some memories along the way. So we head down, and this airport is so small. And when you leave the airport, we end up taking one road from the airport to our hotel. Now, the first thing we noticed is that people in Florida love crashing into each other, specifically rear-ending each other. It got so bad on our way to the hotel that Papa eBay had to take the SUV up onto the grass island to avoid getting rear-ended.
What?
Yeah, we were at a stoplight, and this chick starts flying at us, and Rick out of nowhere hightails it up onto this island.
What in the world?
It was insane.
How did he see her? Just
through the rear view. She was flying at 88 miles an hour. So, wow. That was the first welcome to Gainesville for us. And that plays a role here in just a minute. And so we just see these accidents left and right and left and right. Every time we went out, we saw no less than 3 rear end accidents. I kid you not.
That's about just like Utah.
Yeah, it's a little bit worse, I'd say.
It would have to be significant enough for you to notice it.
Yes.
Right? Like for it to be a prominent memory for you.
And these are like, most of these trips from our hotel to different places were a quarter of a mile, 2 miles. Not far. And so you would see a lot of wreckage.
Oh, man.
And this culminated at the end of the first night when our hotel was at the end of a dead end. And across the street, there was a Harley-Davidson bike shop and a tattoo parlor named Tattoos by Carl.
Hey. All right.
So if that gives you a setting of what we were in, it was not a place you want to stay. It's not a place to vacation. But we go at the very end of our road, there's a gas station / Dairy Queen. Rick wants Papa eBay wants some ice cream.
Okay.
And so we go through the drive-through, and while we were there, we see this woman in this highest ramp up to the gas station. Her car is just idle on it. I don't know how. Well, I know how, because it's attached to a tow truck, because it just got in another rear-end accident. And so we're watching the tow truck drive away with this car, and then we realize up comes a van and pulls up right next to the white bumper of this car still in the gas station parking lot, okay? This was the woman's husband coming to pick her up, and he wasn't happy, so he wasn't helping her. So we watched as this woman lugged this massive Honda Civic white bumper into their minivan.
What?
What is going on?
Drive off. And I do have photos for the blog.
What in the world?
Just go with it. It's Florida.
Just
Perfect
yeah.
example of Florida.
What in the world?
Is this still a sports card podcast?
It is. We're going to get to it. We're getting to it. So after that first night, we then jump into, okay, what are we going to do to go entertain ourselves? And I throw out to Rick and Joshua, let's go see the Mealy Pop Shop. And for our listeners, you may recognize that name. It may sound a little bit familiar. Mealy Pop Shop sold the Pokemon cards to Shine 150 for $2.7 million, who then sold them to Jake Paul for $3.5.
You better make sure you had those facts straight. We're going to get another whiny voicemail.
No, I got
100 emails incoming right now.
Come on, you guys.
Now, Mealy Pop Shop was hired by the original seller, so they more just brokered the deal, but it seemed familiar. And shockingly enough, this card shop was maybe 1 mile or less from our hotel.
Oh, wow.
That's it, huh?
I felt comfortable that I could walk to it.
That is a big name when you watch these vlogs of card shows. You always see Mealy Pops there.
And for good reason. So the three of us hit it up. It's Papa eBay's first time at a card shop.
What?
And I kept pressing him. I said, you've got to go in there and start interviewing him about Jake Paul. You have to do it.
Just troll him.
Oh, my God.
And so Rick Pops is like, yeah, I'm going to go in there and do it. The second we walk in, all he does is turn to me and say, do you think they've ever heard of your podcast? And then repeats himself no less than a half a dozen times following me throughout this
You
store.
deserve it. After our last card shop experience where you were trolling me, you deserve every part of that.
Now, the Mealy Pop Shop was really cool. They had a massive wax inventory. They had both hobby and retail, just as much as you could want. Every type of product. They even had a number, way more than I've ever seen, of hobby boxes opened, and you could buy them by the pack.
Wow. Did you get any G.I. Joes?
Should have. I totally should have. I think they needed to disclose that they're selling the actual packs in the box.
Oh, man.
But then they also had a big thing of cards displayed. Half of them were slabbed. Nothing that blew your mind. But it was still a lot of fun to look at the cards. And then they had dollar bins everywhere that were all separated by teams, kind of like our local card shop started doing. And I thought that was really fun. They had a big island bar in the middle that you could like go to and sit at and rip wax and look at your cards. So it had
pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool feel. About the same size as our local card shop, so not massive.
Okay.
But decent. But their selection was just unreal.
Did you pick anything up?
I didn't because I was with Rick, and I just couldn't take the ball breaking.
The whole rock story.
Yeah, exactly. I would have heard. And my brother kept asking me, he said, aren't you going to get anything? And I said, you see who we're with? Not a chance.
Jeff, have you been to this shop?
I have not. I live about an hour and a half from Gainesville, so it's the first time I've ever heard of it. But he mentioned our conversation about the Jake Paul situation and the G.I. Joe cards, I believe.
Yes. And so so we move on past that shop, and I got to say, to Papa eBay's credit, he said, if you want to go to any other shops, we will go. And I said, thank you. But we got going with the rest of the vacation. The three of us, one of the highlights is we went to a wildlife refuge with alligators. And it's like a big dirt track between like crops is what it looks like. Okay. And like a farm.
Okay.
But it's swamp, you know. Okay. And if there's nothing to protect you from the wildlife out there.
No railings.
Nothing.
This doesn't scream like your habitat.
No, it wasn't at all. And I'll get to it. So we go down this 1/4-mile path throughout this path, and this is called Maternity Row.
What?
And it had a dozen bright orange flags. And if you walked up to them, that's where the alligator nests were. And you could see them in the grass, the gators.
That doesn't sound safe at all.
No, I was as close to the gators as I was to the two of you.
Because moms are not protective at all.
No, right. And you can see the babies on their like tail. And so I'm probably 100 feet back from these flags while Rick and Josh are up taking the photos. I mean, I'd go up and see them, but then I'm like, get me out of here.
Wow. You just wanted to go back to the shop to rip some wax.
I did. But as we're leaving, there were some drunk Utah fans that we watched go up to one of these mothers and touch it.
No.
Yep. How he didn't lose his hand. They were under the influence.
Making Utah proud.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We got out of there. We're like, don't be associated with these guys.
Oh, Darwin Award incoming.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to jump to the main course now. Game day.
Okay.
This thing, okay? Bear with me here. We go to the University of Florida campus. The game's at 7 p.m. on Saturday.
Yep.
We decide we need to get there at noon.
Why?
I asked our whole group that the entire time. They just said they want to people watch. They want to walk around. And I'm like, I'm a larger man, right? I'm not built for 7 hours of this.
Well, Rick was berating you about your travel wear choices.
Yes.
Right? Like concerned about the humidity and the heat.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. And now he's trying to put me through the ringer. So we go out and I said, I'll be a good sport. So we meet up with 2 of my brother's coworkers, and the 5 of us go to the University of Florida campus at noon. And immediately, my brother and another member of our group were members of the Sigma Chi fraternity. So that's where they wanted to go first. So we walked down to Fraternity Row, and the whole time, I'll tell you, the fans in Gainesville are terrible. And the students in particular. 18 was the worst. They were the biggest trash talkers, the most disrespectful. And as you got to the older people, they were kind of kind. They would be more friendly. So as we're walking down to Fraternity Row, just people screaming at us left and right, talking trash, swearing at us, making jokes about our culture here in Utah. There were some funny ones, but they gave us a bunch of crap. And we get down to the frat house and we knock on the door, and whoever answers has the right idea for a fraternity. Says, "Sure, come on in. This is reciprocal. You're both a member of our fraternity." "Oh, sure, you can bring in Mr. eBay and the rest of your group," they tell my brother. So we walk into this place and we turn the corner, and I kid you not, there are over 100 fraternity members sitting in one room playing beer pong. They all stop and turn at us to look at us. No. The record scratches, stops, and we have to work our way through this crowd to get to the other side.
Way to go.
The whole time they're all looking at you, and you can tell they're thinking, should we hit them? Should we?
So hold on. What did you think was going to happen with a bunch of 20-year-old college dudes from Florida and the opponent walks in? Ricky, take ourselves back 18 years. Yeah. What would we have done if a bunch of Florida dudes came marching in through our house? What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, I think I wasn't thinking at that point in time. And I'll tell you, most of our group, I will say, none of these fraternity members were outside of the house, so it almost had a feeling like the house was going to be empty. We thought they might have been at a tailgate or something.
Okay.
And so that's what caught us off surprise as much as anything. And it's like, and I didn't want to go through the crowd, but we did. We went through it, and we went back out. Luckily, they didn't hurt us. Luckily, they didn't even say
No beer spilled on your head? Like nothing?
Nothing, thank God. And I got to say, that shocks me when I tell you the rest of this story.
Wow.
Because their fans are complete classless a-holes, the student section at a minimum. Okay, so after we finish at Fraternity Row, we're walking around a bit more, and it is humid. It is not as hot as it is here, but it is humid.
Sticky, sweaty.
Very.
Moist.
And that's such a gross word. And so we go and we sit down and grab some lunch, and I am so hot I can't even eat. And I look at my shorts, and I apologize to the listening audience. You're welcome.
Do we beat this?
I bare my soul. No. My crotch was the sweatiest it has ever been through my shorts. Humiliatingly sweaty. And the whole time, Josh is just trying to find me a change of shorts. I don't pay any mind to it and just say, no, I'm okay. Just let me sit down for the next 3 hours, and I'll be good. And I was in a miserable mood and tired. And then I got a text from my boys saying, we had listener Jeff coming from Tampa to Gainesville, and we're doing a meetup. Yeah! So I immediately started chatting with Jeff. We started coordinating, and poor Jeff, I reached out to him and I said, yeah, we're over here north of the stadium 3 hours before the game. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm still driving to the game. I'll see you.
Like a normal human.
Exactly. I said, God, how would it be? So we ignore it. We hang out a little bit longer. We make our way into the stadium. And if I can just paint a brief picture for this stadium, I found an interesting stat. There were more games at the University of Florida-Utah game Saturday than the Superdome in New Orleans can hold.
More people.
Fans.
More people.
Okay.
Wow.
So if that gives you any idea of how many fans they cram into this sucker.
Well, on TV, it looked that way, right? Like normally at a stadium, you see like the columns where like the stairs and stuff are. Like you couldn't see that anywhere.
No.
Like
no, and it
true.
was. We were packed in, and so my dad tried to give me the what he thought was the aisle, seat 1. Turns out seat 1 was against a big cement barricade.
Oh, that's the
Nice.
worst.
I was 30 people in.
That's the worst.
Pinned. And so I go in and sit there, and I said, you know what? I'm staying right here. It's rained on us. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. I'm just trying to survive the next 4 hours and get home, and I'll take care of myself at that point.
Yeah.
You didn't sit the whole game except for during halftime. And when you did, Rick and my's elbows are in each other's rib cages. That's how tight you are.
mm-hmm.
And the game goes on. And throughout the game, I kept thinking, you know, I'm kind of thirsty. I'm kind of tired, but I thought they're running the ball a lot. This game's kind of going fast for a football game. I can make it to the end of the game and then get something to drink when we get out of here. And
famous last words.
While this is all happening, Jeff is texting with me and saying, hey, let's meet up at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And I am the biggest jerk to Jeff.
Oh no.
I tell Jeff, yeah, you're going to have to come over to my tunnel. And we are completely opposite sides from each other. I didn't offer to meet him. I didn't offer to. Dude, I couldn't get past the 30 people. I was pinned.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I said, yeah, you have to come down to my row and come all the way back. There's some space over here.
You took it too far there.
There was some space in row 6 behind me. There's one seat. So he does. He is so kind, and he's wearing it right now. You guys can see it on our Chad and Tim
that's
cam.
true. I just noticed that. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice little U shirt.
Homemade Utah shirt. And when Rick found out it was homemade, it's a 101. He pointed out.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Yeah.
Now, Jeff is unfortunately for us a Kentucky fan. But that night, we were all Utes.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
That's the important.
Absolutely.
So Jeff comes over, and Jeff is awesome. He's telling me about some of his projects, and we're going to talk about those just briefly in just a minute. But he comes over, shakes my hand, and I'm feeling great. We snap a photo together. Jeff, throw it up there. And about 20 seconds after that photo, while Rick and Josh are talking to Jeff, I feel like a big jerk yet again and say, I need to turn around and sit down. And I turn around and just ignore Jeff and sit down. And I said, well, you're being rude. Get back up. And I get back up and I grab Rick and I said, I'm passing out.
Dude.
Your boy went down.
Down? Like out?
Pass out?
I didn't lose consciousness, but I would not have been able to stand.
Like me at the...
And Jeff was right there witnessing this?
Yes, Jeff. He just met me for like no more than 120 seconds. More than 2 minutes.
Here's the story here. Jeff, describe everything that went through your mind when you see Ricky about to crowd surf.
Oh, crowd surfing was not going to happen. It was a very tucked in, tight situation. I felt bad walking the 20 to 30 spots to his area. And, 1 minute to 2 minutes talking, maybe not even that.
Yeah.
And he went down. I felt for you. I'm a human. I felt so bad for you in that time. And your family was very worried knowing your diabetic history.
Yeah.
I was like thinking, what do I do? Do I say, oh, it was good to meet you, I'm heading out? What is the...
Yeah,
doing this?
And
turn and run,
And
Jeff.
I think Jeff fits in with this show because Jeff did have a number of options he could choose from. What did you choose, Jeff?
Well, I chose to stay. I stood my ground. I did have some watered down Dr. Pepper that your friend Ricky here was reaching for God knows what, anything to cure his diabetic seizure or what he thought he was having at the time. It was 10% funny, 90% scary.
Jeff hands me it had no more than spit at this point.
Tell me you dumped it into Ricky's mouth.
Right?
No, he hands it to me. I don't even look up. At this point, my head is on Rick's chest because I can't stand.
Dude.
He's pinning my shoulder to my chair. If he would have let go, I would be on the floor.
Oh
my hands are going numb, and he hands me a Coke. I don't even look up at Jeff. I yank the Coke from him, drink it, and throw it on the ground because I'm so sick.
What?
There's this much. Poor Jeff. He comes over, says, I say hi to him for 30 seconds, and then take his soda.
What kind of podcast is this? Jesus.
But that's not what I'm talking about, Jeff. What else did you do, Jeff? And I didn't warn him about this, so it might take us a second. What'd you do with your phone, Jeff?
I took a picture of moments,
Jeff,
good and bad.
Stay on afterwards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So enjoy it, my friends.
You're sending that over,
Ricky
Jeff.
would have done exactly the same thing to either one of us, or even to you, so don't feel bad.
Oh, yeah, Jeff's like, oh, yeah, I felt kind of bad. I was actually, like, guilty, not even going to tell you about it. I was going to delete it. I was like, are you kidding me? My family will kill for that. So there I am, passed out. And they bring EMTs. We're like 5 rows off the field. So
no, you were that guy? Like, oh, my goodness.
So they're like, and I thought I was having.
You're a mess.
I was.
Do you have like a glucometer there?
Not with me.
Wow.
And I had one at the hotel, just not with me at the game.
Yeah.
And I said, and so as they're waiting for the EMTs to come, there are a lot of helpful fans. They really do rally around you, the Utah fans. And a cop bought me a Gatorade. A Utah fan bought me a Coke when they found out about the emergency and were rushing them down, like not associated with us.
Wow, man. You were
very
a mess.
cool. Yeah, I was. And so they're all fighting in the crowd. They're like, no, don't give him the Gatorade. That'll be terrible for his blood sugar, the sodium or something. They're having this debate. They're like, you have to give him a Coke. So I wait for the Coke, have the Coke. I start to get a little bit of strength back, but not much. And the EMTs come down the row, 30 people deep, and say, can we escort you out? And I said, sure. And they put me in like a chair that is attached to a dolly.
Get out of here.
The double straps.
What?
Yeah, they were ready to like ambulance you out of there.
And then they said, do you have your ID? And I said, yeah. And they said, give it to this cop. They thought I was drunk. And so then Rick comes up to me and gives me a Coke, my Coke.
Yeah.
And the EMT says, hey, is there alcohol in there? And I like want to look at him and be like, do you think this old man is giving his son a Coke in front of you with alcohol in it?
Wow. Wow. What a mess, man.
So Rick then lunges for my ID because he's worried the cop will disappear with it.
Yeah.
And gets in a fight, and they eventually give him the ID. But they wheel me back into the medical tent, and they put me on the table, and they still thought I was drunk, you could tell, because they look at my shorts and they're soaked. And they said, sir, did you urinate yourself? And I said, no, I haven't been able to urinate all afternoon. This is all sweat. And that's when it went off.
Dehydrated.
And they said, you're dehydrated. And then they started yelling at me, hey, you shouldn't have that Coke. You need a Gatorade. And I just shrugged at that point and said, I just need liquid.
Yeah, you're parched, die. Just give me something.
So your boy was pulled from the game. I was pulled. They said, you better, around the end of the third quarter, I tried to go back in with Rick, to say, let's go back to the seats. I feel better. And they're like, you should stay here. So I said, well, will you move me to the side with the TV? And they did. And so I watched the rest of the game from the medical tent.
Get out of here.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So that was an event.
Too bad Tim and I weren't there. Like in a situation like that, honestly, the first thing you do is you kind of coddle someone's neck.
Yeah.
And you get right up next to him and you say, can I have your cards? When you die, sweet saint.
We just need one word. Say yes.
Which one are you going to give it to, me or Chad?
Good night, sweet saint.
No, just close your eyes. But I'm not tired, guys.
Yep.
You're trying to stand up. Nope, he's dead. Sorry, guys.
We're calling it, guys. We're calling it.
Oh, by the way, random tangent. When you try to do the eye thing, make sure the head is propped downward so that gravity actually pulls the eyelids down. Like when the head's tilted back, they really creepily don't stay down.
Now you know.
Yep.
I like that fact.
Yep, that's one thing I learned in residency. So.
Oh man, but no, Jeff, you were absolutely incredible. And I do have to say, I'll just briefly say, after the game, we left and we were right next to the student section, and they are just screaming at us as we're waiting for the rest of our party to come up. And I finally lost it with a woman, a college-aged girl. And I finally gave her the middle finger. And my dad's like, I felt so bad. That girl was like double flipping you off and saying F you. And I'm like, yeah, I earned that one. But simultaneously, you were also outnumbered 50-1. So I've never been so angry. It was I'd rather lose to BYU than be in that hallway again.
That did not appear to be like a unanimous voice from the people that we know that went to the game.
No, and the people that we know that went to the game went and sat over by the older people is why. I think this is strictly a student thing. When we were walking around campus, we'd have like 18, 19-year-old girls come up to our party. They didn't do it to me, but to my brother, and would wave at us. And when we'd wave back, they'd just flip us off.
It's almost like you just walked right into your house like you own the place and said, show me a tour of your home that you're living in.
Who would do such a thing? Come on. But an excellent trip. And I did want to thank you, Jeff, for coming on the show. And I wanted to thank you for coming out and saying hi. We're trying to get listeners all the time to come say hi to us when we're out and about. And it happens less frequently than we would like.
Let me mention something about that. I've reached out. I've only been listening for just over a month. I'm trying to go back and listen to other older ones, episodes of your podcast. And you guys were so kind. I just kind of randomly sent you a message on Instagram, the first interaction, and said, hey, would you mind if you give a shout out to my son, Hunter? And you guys were cool about the very next episode. You said something to him, and you said a funny comment for the dads to listen to that I appreciate. I think it was a hangover statement that was made. So I do appreciate it as a father. And the second time, I just reached out to you literally the day of the game. I'm sitting here having my coffee. I live about an hour and a half from Gainesville and plan on going to the game. And I heard you all talking about going to Florida. And I know you all were based in Utah. And I'm like, okay, that's got to be the Utah-Florida game. So, it was just kind of, I didn't expect anyone to text me back. I was willing to give you, I think it was Chad, my number and name and information. And a couple of minutes later, I see an 801 number pop up. And sure enough, I don't know if I should give that out. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's all right.
That's Googleable.
It's good old Mr. eBay giving me a ring. And it was a pretty cool situation, meeting up and just having a picture. And it was a story that was meant to be about the dehydration.
And Jeff brings up a good point. That's how accessible this show is. So if you're wondering, hey, if I reach out to these guys, are they really going to respond? Yes, we will.
That's the goal.
And I did get to learn a little bit about our good friend Jeff at 80s, 90s Hoops Head. In addition to having some awesome cards, he is starting a podcast, or been doing a podcast, for their third year now, where they cover college fantasy football.
What?
Oh, we might need to get into
Very
that.
niche.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's fun.
They're incredible.
It's extremely nerdy. If you think about it, NFL fantasy, you only have 32 teams. You're quadrupling that with the size of the FBS college. So you're hoping for the last game at Hawaii to pull out your kicker or tight end to score. So it's pretty fun. It really is involved, too. You have to be an extreme level of nerdy.
Tim's always hoping his tight end will score. Do you find that this helps you with prospecting? Like, do you collect football cards? Does it help you look at rookies and kind of have any thought of who may flourish in the NFL?
Very good point. Before I did college fantasy, I would watch the NFL draft and saying, okay, I may have watched him on a CBS Saturday game. Now I know the people getting drafted that much better. A random running back from, I don't know, Towson State or something like that. So if I know he had a very good college career, that does help me out a little bit, knowing, prospect or value for football cards. So, I would say it does help me out quite a bit.
Yeah. Cool. And their podcast, if you guys want to check it out, it's actually very well produced, called Giving the Points with Cox and Osho. Our boy Jeff is the Cox, and his boy Osho joins him on the show, and they talk all things college football. Now, they also run a website, mal-int.com. It stands for Malicious Intent. And I thought this was something cool for all our hobby listeners to check out. They offer a product that's like a tin with a clear window on it that you can put your cards in to ship. It has some padding in it.
Oh, cool.
And when you buy these, you can get the ones for the one touch, a 2-pack for $13.69, or the slabbed cards 2-pack for $14.69. They come with their own bubble mailer as well. So you have everything you need to ship that card that you're going to use with it.
That is amazing. And you know what? Jeff was so kind to set up with us that you are unaware of. If you order now and you mention this podcast, he will also send you the photo of Ricky passed out in the stadium.
That's the box topper.
Easy. You don't have to order. Just let me know what your email is.
Well, I have a feeling that Tim's going to let me have it. That's going to be up on pttfpodcast.com by the end of Saturday morning. So thank you very much, Jeff, for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
And Chad, if you have a little advice for us before we jump into or Timmy, if you have a little advice for us before we jump into some PSA slab reveals.
Yeah, I've got it. Tim's going to let in the crew right now that's that's waiting. So, guys, want to talk to you about our eBay affiliate link. If you want to be able to help support the show without necessarily making any additional purchases, check out our eBay affiliate link. Through our website, pttfpodcast.com, you can go to our eBay affiliate link there or click on our sponsors. You click on the link, it redirects you to eBay, and you shop as normal. Do your typical shopping, go buy all of your favorite Drew Lock cards with the NFL season coming up, #invest. And the show gets a small commission in the process.
I might be big on Mitch Trubisky.
Hey.
That's not good advice.
With the football season coming up, now is a prime time to buy those NFL cards, right? So
Yes.
before you do your shopping, first thing to do in the morning, go over to our website, pttfpodcast.com, click on that eBay affiliate link, shop as usual. We will be eternally grateful.
Costs you nothing.
It's free.
Just
It
a
is
quick.
completely free. Some people have been doing a great job of this over the past month, and at some point we will give you a shout out, I promise.
Yes.
Do we give away what they've been buying and kind of embarrass them on here?
No, we want to thank them.
No, we will
We're trying to
protect
promote
that.
this.
Do not listen to Tim just now. We will
yeah, I'm
protect
just
your
kidding.
privacy.
No, yeah.
Please share with us. All right. You can be sure to check us out on our Instagram page at Pack to the Future Podcast. That's at Pack to the Future Podcast. Give us a follow. Reach out and say hi. As you heard in that first segment, we will entertain you. We will interact with you. I think I'm so distracted right now. I can only think about my Barry Sanders PSA Slabbed card.
I'm excited for some cards. And we've got some guys here joining us who have been waiting. So, guys, thank you for patiently waiting. We apologize for that delay, but now's the time.
Do we still have that?
See if you can find some music. I'll set the tone a little bit.
Okay.
So a couple of months ago, we put a call out to listeners asking if you'd like to join us in a group submission. And we had so many responses that we had to cap this within a couple of hours. We sent up multiple submissions. This was economy. We had 10 total cards in the submission. This came back to us in less than a month from the time that they received it until the time we have the box in our hands, which is incredible. I was thinking this would be a 3 to 4 month process.
No one's going to believe. Everyone's going to want to submit with us now.
Well, until we see the grades. And to be honest with you guys, I was terrified at getting these cards put in because we had so many different submission levels. We had different years. We had some that were autographed. We had some that were autographed in person. And I didn't want to be the guy to screw it up.
Yeah.
But
You were really stressed about
I was really stressed about this. I was texting you guys all day because I didn't want to screw it up for our listeners.
Okay, so who do we have in the room here with us? We've got, we're going to go around the room and have you guys just shout out your names, please.
So we'll start with Carter, then Kevin, then David.
What's up? It's Carter, a.k.a. Mysticata. Ready to see some gems.
Hey, how about that WNBA Finals?
Hey, how about that WNBA Finals?
Mysticatas.
Should I rant about that out of turn now or rant about it out of turn later?
Well, you could rant about it now. Tim's in the middle of looking for music.
Tim, join us on the podcast.
What? All right, I'm here.
Good.
So,
All right. Who else we got? Kevin?
Yep, Kevin Cormier. Kevin M. Cormier on Instagram. And nothing really exciting to say, I guess, yet.
Not yet.
Welcome. And then we got my boy, David.
muted.
Classic Ricky move.
Classic
Ricky move.
Tim.
Unmute. There we go. All right, I think you're good.
Because the host keeps muting me after I unmute myself.
Yeah, I may have clicked that about 5 times.
I want
just
it
for you.
noted on the record. I'm pushing the button and then it comes back.
Tim, put the mouse down. Do not click that mouse the rest of the show.
Give it to Mrs. Doc.
This is David, mostly 90s basketball cards on IG.
Yeah.
Excellent. Then we have Jordan here as well. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Jordan. I'm legacy_cardboard at Instagram. Just pumped to see some good grades, hopefully.
Hey, and I think we're going to see Jordan at our trade night, if I'm not mistaken.
Woo.
I was hoping to, but I'm actually going to be over in Korea, so I won't be able to make it this time, but hopefully next time.
Deal.
Now, an interesting fact about Jordan's cards, and we'll talk more about these in just a moment. We were going to have, let me make sure of this. Yeah, we were going to have a showdown One of his cards I also own, and it's a very rare card. And we talked about having a bet at whose card would grade better. And I put his card in, kind of got it all ready, got it in order. I pulled out mine. Mine was a wreck. And so I backed out of the bet. Like, we had a bet, we had terms, the whole bit. And I'm like,
what?
No, yes.
Wow.
But you'll see his cards. They're incredible. And we have some amazing cards here.
Jordan, I hope you get a 10.
Crossing my fingers. I won't hold my breath, though.
Okay, so what we've got to offer is we had 10 cards submitted in this particular sub.
Yes.
And a number of cards, a number of the listeners that you've just heard from had submitted multiple cards. So that's where we get some of these numbers, why they're off a little bit. I think listener Ryan, who we have a voicemail from but isn't here.
Yeah, he's out running like 300 miles or something.
Yeah, he submitted two of his cards, and then Kevin submitted 2. Jordan submitted 1. Jordan submitted 2.
Jordan has 2. David has 1. Carter has 1 as well.
Jordan sure was scared there for a second. So we'll go through it, and we have Mrs. Doc here. Thank you for joining us off mic for the time being.
Yeah.
But Tim can share if need be. And she has the box. Now, we have not opened this box. In fact, Mrs. Doc just cut the seams moments ago. So none of us have seen these cards.
Right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have...
Don't look, Tim.
What?
Yeah, Tim.
I'm like busy spacing out. Don't worry about me.
So she's going to... What Mrs. Doc's going to do, she's going to take out one card at a time. We're going to identify whose card it is and kick it to you for a couple questions. We're going to be asking you, why is the card important to you? Why did you choose to submit it? And if those answers are one and the same, that's fine.
Okay. So just don't show us the grade yet.
And what grade are you predicting?
Yeah.
You can use, so those papers are not important there, but you could use it to cover up the card if you would like to hide the grade.
Just hide it from Tim.
Okay.
Well, that hides it from me, but not Tim.
No, I'm not looking. I'm fine. I'll just stare at your beautiful face, Ricky.
All right. So she's eyeing up the first card. Yeah, say it out and then Ricky will read it.
Okay, LeBron James.
Which LeBron?
So that's going to be Carter's 2015-16.
Thank you.
Hoops LeBron. So talk to us a little bit about this card, Carter.
Yeah. Gold foil.
Yeah. So what got me back into the hobby was pulling a pack of NBA hoops off the rack in the 2018-19 set. And so for my first several months in the hobby, I opened a ton of hoops because I just liked it, liked the inserts and everything like that. So I opened a box of 2015-16 hobby box, and I pulled this gold sparkle LeBron. It's one of those classic chalk toss photos. And I was like, oh man, this is a cool card. And then I put it in a row box and forgot about it forever. Wow. And then I saw someone sell it for hundreds of dollars online during the pandemic. And I thought, better pull that out of my row box. It was like a Ricky's junk box type situation. And so so here I am a couple years later. We're going to try and see if we can get that sucker gemmed and then from there.
Now, you gave this card to me at the Dallas Card Show. I was a little bit nervous in transport, but I feel confident about the transport, that it should have been good.
Mm-hmm. Why were you nervous?
Yeah, because he dropped my cards on the driveway at least once or twice.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Squarely, like right in the middle of the garage, just dropped them. That's exactly why. Okay,
eBay authentication has set the bar low.
Yeah, that's true.
What, Carter? What grade you predicting?
I'm predicting a 10. Duh.
Wow. A 10. Whoa.
Okay.
I'm predicting a 9 for that.
That's a nice clarifier.
Carter, I think this is one I had slight concern about, like one of the back corners. Is that right? That I said, like, hey, I wonder if this is going to come back a 10.
No, that was the Stewie. That's the other submission.
That's right.
And we pulled it out. It was just a glare from the card saver. Remember?
Yes. Okay.
So what grade?
Are we ready?
Yeah. What grade do you think?
Don't put me in that position.
All right.
I haven't seen the card, so I know.
So, Mrs. Doc, what we'll have you do is pull out the card and just flip.
Should we show the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Should we try that?
Camera?
Yeah.
No,
this one.
No, the one up top there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, the one up top.
I can point this over here.
No, the one up top. The one up top.
Yeah,
So
as long as I just didn't want to. I thought this was facing this way, so yeah, that's good. Okay, here we go.
What do we have? It looks like a 10.
It's a 10! Yeah!
Nice. Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Hey,
good job.
look at that, Kata.
Wow, a beauty.
I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised.
Wow, the balls
Oh,
on
this is
guy.
beautiful. This is LeBron James in his red Cleveland Cavs uni throwing the chalk up.
Yeah, that's
and
a
the
great looking
gold outline just color matches that uni.
Nice.
Perfectly.
That's awesome.
Well done.
Oh, man, I'm so nervous. Have you noticed how much Nick Red I just put in? I'm freaking out.
Have you had water today?
What? I have.
Okay, good.
I have.
Good.
What if I get a PSA Tim?
Well, we're gonna make fun of you. That's exactly it.
Dude, and there's an audience here growing. This isn't good.
So we're going back into the box for card number 2.
Okay, card number
Right?
2. Yes, let's bring it on. Ooh, this is one of our listener Ryan's. This is his 1 of 1. Or no, this isn't his 1 of 1. Yes, it is. The 2020-2021 Immaculate Charles Barkley Scorers Club 1 of 1.
He hand delivered this to us at Overtime Cards, which was a lot of fun to be able to see some of the cards that he had. He said this card, it took him quite some time to acquire.
Yeah, now Ryan couldn't join us, and he did submit 2 cards, so I'm going to go ahead and play his voicemail.
Yeah.
It may apply to more than 1 card.
Yep.
Gentlemen, congratulations on your streak of excluding me from live Pack to the Future events.
That's true.
First, I couldn't make the fantasy football draft since I was running 100 miles, and yet I still dominated the draft, and you will lose in your own league again. And now, the only time I can't make the live PSA reveal this week? Yep, right now. This is Ryan, Mount Bulk, Cleveland sports fan living in Utah. And I'll tell you what cards I didn't submit. More 2020 Luis Robert base RCs to add
Oh, come on.
Say 7 firewood you have available for this winter. First card, 2009 Court Kings, Kobe Bryant, Les Cinq Puis Belle.
We'll get to that one.
I submitted this card as it is one gorgeous fine art piece for the PC. Bought it in March of last year for $636 via best offer on eBay, with the intention of grading it with PSA if they ever drop the grading charge below $300 a card. So here we are 547 days later. Oh, wait. I won't find out for 2 more days. Make that 549 days later. Listen to the podcast this weekend. There's no 10s in the pop report to my knowledge, and right now on eBay you can only purchase another one of these cards raw for $14,000. So this will be interesting. I'll hope for a 5. Second card, a 2020 Immaculate Collection Charles Barkley autograph, 1 of 1. Came by this card in January and settled on an off eBay deal of $750. Honestly, I'll be happy with any grade. I just wanted it encased and assume it'll be either an 8 or a 9, since most Immaculate cards are impossible to 10, given that acetate finish. Well, guys, looking forward to the grades. Go Cavs. Appreciate you sending us Donovan Mitchell. Michigan still sucks. Thanks for an awesome podcast. And don't forget to continue excluding me from future live events.
Jeez.
We need to get him live on the show.
Feisty.
He needs to quit running so much.
Yeah, and he does own some pretty amazing cards.
He does.
Okay, so what are we starting with?
So we're going to start with the Charles Barkley.
Okay, this is the 1 of 1.
Sarah, do you have
auto.
the Charles Barkley?
Okay. Can we see it? Yeah. See?
What do we have for the Barkley? I can't see it. Let's go ahead and flip that
Turn it
over
towards
there
me.
to Ricky. What do we got?
PSA 8.
All right.
Hey, that's solid.
I feel like for 1 of 1s that an 8 is like a good respectable number, 8 and higher.
Yeah, it's a B.
That works. I
B-
like it.
Yeah. B's were always acceptable in my house.
It displays better than an 8 for sure.
It does. It does. It's a beautiful, beautiful card.
Nice
Yeah.
card.
It really
Nice clean
is.
signature.
Yep, I agree. So now let's also grab his Kobe, I think, at the same time that you
Yes.
discussed.
And why don't we do this, Sarah? Sorry.
That's fine.
Get it? But will you just flip the card to me? And I'll
Yes.
respond.
Yep.
And then you can show the case.
So this is the Kobe set. No 10s in the pop.
And what brand is what insert is this, Tim?
Tim.
I like hearing Tim say it.
Which insert? What?
Oh my god.
Oh, Le Cinque Più Bello.
Oh, Tim. All right, let's. Yeah, he just over pronunciates because it's French.
Because, well, we forgot that it's, well, yeah, I mean, we misinterpreted it as what, like Le Cirque Più Belle or Something like that. Anyway, whatever. Move on. Just forget it.
All right. Let's see what he got. The Kobe Bryant, Le Cirque Poubelle. Kobe Bryant, numbered to 149.
That's for you, Hugo.
Ooh, a 9. Wow. This is the card that he was saying was $14,000 raw.
Wow. With no 10. So nothing is graded higher.
Wow.
Whoa.
That is insane.
That's a big boy. We did not get an upcharge.
Dude, that is lucky.
Yeah.
That is lucky.
Maybe they just didn't even know like what this card actually is.
Right.
Because I'd never seen it before when he showed us in the store. So.
Carter, do you want to trade your LeBron for that?
He's like, not here to decline the trade. So let's go ahead and make that happen.
Let's go ahead and lock it in since he's on voicemail.
Yes. Let me take a look at that one, Tim.
Yeah.
I just want to see what the pop report is here real quick.
All right. What's our next card while they're pulling that up? All right. So for Stockton, this is Jordan. You're up, my man. 2014 Panini Prism John Stockton Gold. Now tell us, Jordan, why did you pick this card and what grade are you expecting from this bad boy?
So this one's pretty clean. I picked this one up a few months ago. Out of the two cards, this one I'm fairly confident it has a chance at a 10. So go with that. But this one has quite a bit of gold on the background compared to a lot of Prism years, and it's one of my wife's favorites. So that's one that she wanted us to get graded there. So we'll cross our fingers.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. Sarah? It's a 10!
Whoa!
It's a 10!
Sweet.
Show it to me.
Oh, heck yeah.
Wow. Congratulations.
Oh,
I love
thank
those
you.
golds of that year. They look so good. Just such a basic design.
That is beautiful.
Up close photo of the player.
Yeah.
And just that super shiny gold.
Well
Looks
done, Jordan.
So good.
Is that going to stay in the PC?
I don't know. So with PC stuff, sometimes I grade it if it looks good and try and flip it for something else I'm looking for. And there's a big card on the table. So we'll see.
Hey, I like that. Nice. I think you got the right approach. All right. Let's, how many are we through? 4? Let's do one more.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Do that last.
That's the one Ricky said.
Okay.
Rudy Gobert's a perfect one, and this is Jordan's as well.
Yeah. Okay, now, Jordan, why'd you choose? Let's see. Let me read off what the specific card is. This is your 2013 Select Rudy Gobert Gold. You kind of had a theme going. Jazz Gold.
Yeah, I love the gold. Gobert's my main PC, so I'm always looking to pick his stuff up. With this card in particular, it was miscategorized and misnamed on eBay. So I picked it up for like $90 or $100.
Wow. Very nice.
Wasn't sure it was going to get shipped, but it did show up. The shipping was a little bit shoddy, but it got here. It looks better between that copy and the other copy that I've got. So I thought we'd take a shot and maybe hope for an 8.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
Very good. And this is the card that I too own a copy of this.
Okay, this is the one that you were competing.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly right.
All
so
right.
This should be a fun one.
Chad didn't even dare submit his.
I didn't.
Let's see what the card is. Here we go. Jordan, are you sitting down?
Yeah, I'm sitting down.
You know that we like to make fun of Tim a lot for his grading, right?
Don't you dare, Ricky.
Well, we won't be making fun of you because it's a 10!
Yes! Yes! Wow.
Awesome.
That's incredible.
Oh, man, dude.
2 gold 10s.
2 10 for 10.
Wow. 3 if we had Carter's.
Yeah, these are like, there's a lot of pressure mounting. We're going to continue this in just a minute, but before we continue this.
Wow.
Against my better, I know better than to do this, Chad. I should not do this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tim, do you have some advice for us?
Yeah. Are we doing it right now?
Tim, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
If you would like.
Please join us today.
To be fair, I'm trying to sleeve up these fairly expensive cards now
You are.
in little penny sleeves for you guys. So.
Yeah. Very kind.
And I think that the guys who have already had their cards, being that they had to wait, if you guys want to jump off the show, you can go ahead and do that now. You're more than welcome to stay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, what'd be nice to carry all of these in is one of those cases over at zioncases.com.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I joined a break, guys, and one of the things that the breaker was giving away was one of the slab case goes at $59.99. It's sitting on my counter, but you guys give me too much grief for getting up from the podcast. But it is 8x8x5, so nice and cozy and snug. Carries 20 to 25 cards in it, and it's pretty cool for
kind of a lunchbox.
Yeah, it looks like a lunch pail.
Yeah,
nice.
Show that for everybody.
Put a nice Sando in there, a Capri Sun.
That would be great to bring to trade night.
It would, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking too, And so if you don't like the size of that, you could always go with a 2-row, which is $84.99 and holds a few more cards at 40 to 60 on average.
Nice.
Or if you're like Ryan, who just submitted a card that could have been $14,000, he could have just bought a slab case 1 for just $20. He could have snugly protected that card for its worth.
Yeah. I still need to get my slab case 1. Everyone needs to own one.
Especially for cars like that. I mean, it's just like you see some of these cars, like the Mickey Mantle that sold for, are we still beeping it? No. I mean, they were holding it around at the show without even a penny sleeve on it, and really it should have been in a case or something like that. So anyway.
Where can they find those?
Zioncases.com. Feel free to shop over there. Use the promo code PACK, P-A-C-K, for 10% off your order.
All right. Thanks, Timmy. And remember, guys, you can check us out at pttfpodcast.com. We now have a companion blog where we post photos and links relating to all the topics we're discussing on that week's show. You can find all our shows in one easy to stop and shop location, and take a look at our wonderful hobby sponsors. Get all your needs for your collecting, taking it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's continue with the sub reveal. I've never been more excited to find out what my card is and not wanted to find it out.
Yeah, there have been some big numbers already. It's hard not to want to compare yourself to others, but there's been a bar.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Okay, what do we got next?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Kevin's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
2 soccer cards.
So we've got 2. We're gonna bring up Kevin. You're up next, my man. Your first one, will you read what type of Lewandowski that is? The Topps Champions League 2000? Okay, let's do the 2022. 2022 Topps Champions League, Robert Lewandowski. Why did this card speak to you, and what grade do you think?
He's been my PC for the last few months. So I've just been trying to pick up, low number stuff of his, and just graded just for the PC. This is a foil card, so it's probably not going to do so well because I always miss sort of edges and stuff like that. And these bastards have already taken the 10s, so it'll probably get an 8.
And this is a red, numbered to 5. So this is not a. There's not a lot of these.
No, and you know what? These 2 cards were actually really difficult to find.
Yeah.
When we were ripping through these, when we had our impromptu trade night, Tim's like, oh yeah, this is a ruby from 2016. And I go and look it up. I'm like, that doesn't even exist. That's not even a thing. But you said it so confidently, yeah, you schmuck, you should know this. I'm like, what? No.
I was way off. Yeah.
And then he just leaves the room immediately like he knows what's up. All right, what grade are we thinking?
I'm hoping a 9.
Okay. I'm hoping for the best.
What do we got?
Kevin?
It's a 10!
Whoa! Yeah! Dude, no one's going to believe that we actually sent these to people.
Show it to him. Show him his card.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Here, I'll let
That's awesome. Wow, congratulations.
Oh, that is... Dude, I want to be happy for him.
I'm so excited for
him. And
I
am happy for him.
Think about all these guys who trusted us with their cards.
But what happens when my berry comes back a 7?
Be happy for these guys. This is amazing.
I know. I am happy. I'm happy for them.
This is incredible.
I really am. I'm just so nervous now. Nervous.
Well, you should be.
All right. Now, your follow-up Topps Chrome 2018-19 Bundesliga. Now, this is a red numbered to 10. What do we think? And now you've already kind of told us a little bit about that Lewandowski's your PC. Anything in particular about this card, and what grade do you think you're going to get here?
This one will be interesting because this is the first time I bought a raw card off My Slabs. So let's see how this goes. I have the gold and the orange already also out at PSA. So this will complete a little set. So again, coming from, it's a few years old, raw through My Slabs, it'll probably be a 9.
Okay. Probably be 11.
What do we have?
Oh, man, Kevin was wrong. It's a 10!
What the hell is going on? Yes, this is incredible. Yes,
this is awesome, guys.
Yes.
Well done.
You guys have the magic touch.
Well done.
Yes, that is so awesome.
Dude, your house is going to be like Harry Potter.
You have no idea, like, how
you are going to be overwhelmed with cards.
So, of course, like, obviously I had nothing to do with this, but I could have screwed them up. Right? Like, there's no way for me to benefit them, but there's way for me to screw them up. And I was so nervous about this for everyone.
Oh, man.
This makes me so happy.
Your mailbox is going to get flooded with raw cards of people that need you to submit their card.
No, I'll die of a heart attack.
So that's actually pretty impressive off of My Slabs, man.
It is.
Because they have no guarantee that those cards are in any certain condition, right? Because you look at most consigners that are selling raw cards, and you know that the seller is just like dumping them, right?
And at this point, I will take any place to be able to purchase a card and know that it will not come back to me damaged.
Yeah.
Still feeling that wound.
Still
fresh. Congratulations. That is amazing.
I am thrilled for you guys. This is
awesome. Congrats, man.
Okay, what's our next one? Ooh. This is... Give me a second. Here we go. David, you're up, my man. 1997 finest Jordan Refractor. David, why this card, and what grade do you expect it?
All right, so I have added a few kind of lower end serial numbered Jordan cards, plain days Jordans.
Okay.
I got this one in a trade, and it came in a slab, but it had the peel on it. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Topps Finest refractors from the 90s.
Yep.
But some years had the came with the peel on it, so you get it out of the pack and you have to peel off the peel, and then you really get to see the refractor shine.
Okay.
So I traded for this. It was graded a PSA 8.
Okay.
I cracked the slab and took the peel off.
Oh wow, dangerous! A man who lives on the edge.
So I'm nervous because I did a lot of handling of this card.
Yeah.
You have to like thumb at the corner of the card to like get the peel started. And
how much was your hand shaking when you were trying to get that corner started?
You have to just totally block out what you're doing. This is just some stupid base card. I'm just feeling.
If you peel that too hard, you're going to bring the corner up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're also breaking some collector's heart out there by removing the peel. But
get out of here! I'm with David. Get those peels off.
It's
I 100% support this decision. Yep.
I've got another one here with the peel on. It's Reggie Miller, and I'm going to crack it and peel it.
Good for you. Yeah,
nice.
I think they look terrible with the peel on. But yeah,
I brought this because it says peel and remove on the peel.
Right. It says it
there are
right
instructions right on there.
I don't know how you can screw that up. Peel and remove.
All right, here we go.
So it was an 8. I'm hoping that the surface grade was an issue, and maybe it's a 9.
Right. Let's see. Ricky is doing the thing where only he knows, which is great for audio.
It has stayed an 8, which is solid. Okay. Solid.
It is solid.
Okay.
At least
and I'll tell you what, it looks so much nicer. Look at that refractor.
Boy, that does
it looks
shine.
like a 9.
We got the peel off of there. That's the key.
Yeah. And hey,
I'm glad it didn't go down.
It didn't go down. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Are we down to our last 2? Oh my God. You want to go first or me?
There's more of a chance that yours is a 10 than mine. Okay. So we'll go mine first.
Okay.
So you can have the true disappointment.
Oh my God.
To finish
the knot in my stomach that you just made that decision is killing me. So, Chad, you had the 1957, a 1957-year-old card.
Yeah.
Barrett and Company, Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney characters.
Yeah, these cards are sweet cigarette cards. This was a second edition, 50 cards in the set. Mickey Mouse stood out to me, right, to kind of build upon that Walt Disney Mickey Mouse that I had from the 30s. This followed up a 55 set, which I think was the first edition, which had about 37 cards in it.
Okay.
Found this one on eBay. Probably overpaid for it on eBay, to be honest with you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But I thought that the copy looked good.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's about all I got on it. I do not own any of the others in this set, although picking up a dock might be fitting, right? That would be one to potentially go grab. So with that being said,
what are we expecting grade-wise?
Smash on the table. Hoping for a 9. I would be shocked at a 10. I didn't have good luck with my most recent one, so why don't we go with a 9? I could talk about this all day.
Tim, what do you think? 8. It's a 9!
All right.
That's solid.
Okay. That's solid.
That's solid.
Disappointed.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even flinch at the 9. He was like, meh.
Yeah, I thought that might get a little something.
Yeah.
That's not good enough for your PC, sir?
No, I mean, look who I'm sitting amongst.
Well, yeah.
No.
I'm at the 10 table, and I just pulled up a 9.
If I would have pulled that card first, you'd have been thrilled.
You're probably right.
But this ruins it. All of you in the chat room. I'm just kidding. All right.
I'm very happy overall with the card.
That's
I'm very
solid.
happy with
That
it.
is
It's going to stay in there.
solid
It's going to be a good PC.
Yeah.
Add to the collection. It's now.
It's a 70-year-old card.
Yeah.
No, but that thing's dead centered. The corners are sharp. I mean, what the F were they looking at?
Who knows, man?
Crack and resubmit. Okay, here we go. We're at the last one. This is my 2021 Clearly Donruss Downtown, Barry Sanders.
The one you wanted or thought about having signed.
Yeah. We debated it. These never grade. Acetate doesn't grade well typically.
Well, it depends, but yeah.
No, it never grades well, ever. So I'm going PSA 7.
Oh. I did submit the Clearly Donruss Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And that thing had some surface issues.
Right.
And it graded a 10.
Yeah. And Topps High Tech was like notorious for grading 10s. Like
I was trying to lower expectations.
I know, and I'm trying to raise them back up so you fall back down.
Exactly. We want to build them up right here, Chad.
So with this one, Sarah, I'm going to have you give me the card first.
Fair. Yeah, I deserve it since I've been doing it all day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. It's never good when Chad touches my stuff.
Are your pants sweaty again?
Yeah, they are getting quite sweaty. Thank God I'm sitting down.
Wouldn't this be an ultimate cold stop? If I just took the card and walked out.
We have... You wouldn't make it to the elevator.
I'm pretty fast these days.
Yeah.
There you go, bud.
Hey, I'll take it. A 9. A 9. I will take that to match my Kaboom 9.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
There you just really wanted it in the PSA slab.
I did.
Yeah.
Right? And for an acetate, that is PC through and through.
I wanted that to be a 10 for you.
I did too, but you know what? I'll take a 9. A 9. We got 8. We didn't have a bad grade in this group.
Yeah, we had 1 8, 3 9s, and the rest were 10s.
Yeah.
Right?
That's pretty good.
Exactly. And honestly, I'd be happy with any of these grades, and I hope all of you are. That was a ton of fun. What do you all think of the submission? Don't all speak at once.
Well, you can't ask 4 people to say one thing. You got to call on someone. You
Carter,
know how this works?
Carter, take your shirt off and tell us what you think about. No, just kidding. Just what do you think about? Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. I was surprised by all the 10s. Good job, us.
Yeah.
Look at what we can do when we come together.
Yeah.
David, it's all about the people, right?
David, how you feeling?
I feel good. You know, my card was like 25 years old, so I don't expect 10s when I submit those, really.
Jordan?
But, I feel like all the 10s were taken out before I got up. So.
I felt the same way. Yeah.
I agree.
No
Jordan,
chance.
why'd you take all the 10s?
I wish that was under my control. That one, then we'd be in a good spot. But no, it's been fun, and I can't believe they came back so fast. Spectacular submission, though. So thanks again,
Kevin. Are we going to do this service again?
Yeah, because I just just got grades for 20 cards to a different service and got 1 10 out of 20. So I got 2 for 2. I think we're okay.
Well, you know the submitter you want to send your cards into now. And I thank you all for joining us. Now, remember, this sub has some more cards that will be trickling in.
Yeah,
so keep listening to the show. You're going to hear some more of those reveals. All of them will be revealed live on air.
Yeah.
And as we continue to offer the service, feel free to reach out to us if it's something you're interested in.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. We have you guys join us on the show and get to know you a little bit more and just have some fun bantering.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and not seen on camera, but thank you to Sarah for helping us with the submission.
Absolutely. Yes. Mrs. Doc was the MVP. Tim was the LVP.
Fair.
All right, guys. It's been another really fun show for Chad and Tim. I'm the PSA 9. Wishing all of you a one of one night. All right, so we can tell the chat room. My Barry Sanders isn't really a PSA 9, guys. It's a PSA